Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to show you one of the corded tools from the Bosch Professional range. It's the GKS 190 circular saw. Now, it's not necessarily a brand new model, but you'll see, when it comes to performance, it's actually pretty impressive. So let's check it out in the next segment. See you in a bit. So here is the circular saw we're talking about, the Bosch Professional GKS 190. And as its name suggests, it's the machine equipped with a 190mm blade. As for the motor, it's a classic brushed motor, but it still delivers 1,400 watts of power. Plus, it has a rotation speed that can reach up to 5,500 revolutions per minute, which allows this machine to cut through any type of material. It can cut up to a depth of 70mm at 90 degrees and up to 50mm at 45 degrees. When it comes to handling, this machine weighs 4.8 kilograms, which is pretty significant for this type of tool, but at the same time, you're not really carrying the weight yourself, since the machine mostly rests on the work surface. And as for the handle, there's a grip that covers a good part of the main handle. With the trigger and the safety button positioned right under your fingers, it really helps prevent, especially with the safety button, the machine from accidentally starting up in case of an accident. The secondary handle, like on all these machines, gives you a good grip and, most importantly, great control over the circular saw during cutting operations. Even though I would have liked it to have at least a bit of grip, because right now it's just bare plastic. And to work more cleanly, there's a small duct here that simply attaches to the structure of the circular saw. And this will already allow you to remove most of the cutting debris, but also to connect a vacuum cleaner, or rather the hose of a vacuum cleaner, which will make your workspace even cleaner. As for the adjustments, you'll find pretty standard systems. For example, at the front, there's the angle adjustment for cutting, which can go up to 56 degrees, depending on your needs, of course. At the back, you can adjust the cutting depth simply by moving this lever. Then you just need to set the depth. Here too, you have markings just like at the front. The markings are right here, which lets you fine-tune the cutting depth. Once you're done, just lower the lever to lock the base in place, and then you can start cutting. And finally, to wrap up this presentation, you should know that the brand has included in the package with this circular saw a parallel guide that will make it easier for you to make cuts along an edge. Now let's see how this machine performs in action. Of course, I always pay attention to where my power cord is, and now I can make the cut on, to start with, a 10mm thick MDF board. There you go. As you saw, it went through like butter. Now let's see how it does on an 18mm thick board. There you have it, a quick, clean, and efficient cut. As you saw, we're dealing with a really powerful machine, especially with an output of 1,400 watts. So that's pretty significant. And with a blade rotation speed of 5,500 revolutions per minute, it really lets you make cuts quickly and efficiently in all kinds of materials. As for the motor, since this is a corded model, you won't find a brushless motor here. So as a result, we won't get those advantages. But at the same time, like I mentioned, brushless motors are mostly found in cordless tools. And when it comes to handling, I do find this machine a bit heavy compared to other models we've seen on the market, even though it's really the stand that supports the machine, not you. So in the end, it doesn't really have much impact on how you use the machine. As for the handles, like I mentioned earlier, the main handle's just fine. It has a good grip. On the other hand, the secondary handle could have been a bit more comfortable, but again, that's just a minor detail. And finally, regarding the price of this machine, you should know that it's sold for around 159 euros. So 159 euros is a good price for such a high-performance machine. Let me remind you, 5,500 revolutions per minute and 1,400 watts of power, which will let you handle a lot of jobs easily and, above all, with great cutting quality. And as usual, if you're interested in this machine, I'll put the references for the best sellers in the description, at least those offering this machine at the best price. That's it. This video is now coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And in any case, I'll see you very soon for a new video. Bye!